Traditional rulers intervene in herdsmen activities. Bishop renews call for restructuring. 2 Air Force officers who broke into EFCC boss's farmhouse dismissed from service. Roadside bomb kills 11 Kenyan police officers. Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News on ABS Television. My name is Priska Wampo, and now the news in detail. The monarchs of the Old Eastern region have expressed worry over the activities of herdsmen in the eastern parts of the country, calling on government to rise up to its duty in order to avoid further damage. The chairman, Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council and traditional ruler of Onitsha, Igwe Nnemeka Achebe, made this call on their behalf during the 2019 seminar of the Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council held in Awka. Our correspondent Valentine Mbadoha is standing by.
Igwe Achebe, who regretted the killings and destruction of crops by the herdsmen and their cattle, noted that it has affected adversely the agricultural produce of the region and also have resulted in communities living in fear. He called on the federal government to find a lasting solution to the problem.
Most of the detailed work on the above subject will be carried out through our 4 standing committees: security, conflict resolution, welfare, and infrastructure development. Life, the benefit we derive out of any situation is always proportional to the investment we put into it.
In an address, the seminar committee chairman and the deputy chairman, Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe Isaac Okafor of Okpuno, expressed hope that the participants will go home better informed on the evolution of kingship in Igbo land.
The 8th of the Senate will be themed Igbo Melu Eze. Intends to inform and educate participants on the contentious status of kingship in Igbo land.
In a paper presentation, the keynote speaker at the event, Dr. Chidozie Chukwuokolo, noted that Igbo revival lies within and not without. In the separate remark, the traditional ruler of Nanka, Igwe Godwin Ezilo, and his Oruku counterpart, Igwe Emeka Onora, noted that traditional institution is a very important element in achieving sustainable peace. The event, which has its theme, Igbo Nwelu and the 8th in its series, attracted over 7 chairmen of the State Traditional Rulers Council across the Old Eastern region, including Rivers, Bayelsa, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Abia, Ebonyi, and Enugu. Some members of the newly inaugurated 7th House of Assembly, the Anambra State's Chairman of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Chief Damian Okeko Ogene, the National President of Anambra State Association of Town Unions, Chief Alex Onukwe, among other dignitaries, attended the event. From the Government House in Awka, Valentine Mbadoa reporting for ABS News.
The Anambra State Police Command is now sniffing around to unravel the mystery behind the killing of a young man of about 35 years of age. Mr. Ifani Udemba from Akweze in Anocha Council area at the site of the plot of land he purchased at Isiago in Awka South Council area. Mr. Udemba met his untimely demise last week Thursday when he went with his brother to survey the said portion of land. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike is here with details.
To Mr. Izuchukwu Udemba, brother to the deceased, the incident occurred between 4:30 to 5 o'clock in the evening of that fateful day. He said his late brother, who was a businessman in Lagos, bought a piece of land in Isiago community for development, but came with surveyors to the said land and was murdered by some hoodlums from an uncompleted building in the area. He stated that the said land was genuinely bought without any misunderstanding from the villagers or the family, and wondered why such untimely death will befall his brother. According to him, the deceased wedded in January, and until his death was passionate in keying into the Akulono initiative of the present administration. He called on the state government and security agencies to bring the killers of late Ifeanyi Udemba to justice, as the family has made the necessary reports immediately after the incident. A stakeholder from Akweze community, Chief John Ezani Dike, expressed sadness over the situation, regretting that people no longer have regards for the sanctity of life. Chief Dike called on the security agencies to do everything possible to fish out those involved in the dastardly act. Reacting, the traditional ruler of Isiago, Igwe Austin Nwankwo, described the situation as unfortunate, saying that his people are not violent in nature and wondered why such a thing will happen. Igwe Nwankwo said that his community will work with the police to fish out the perpetrators and punish them under the law, no matter who is involved.
Ebe mmiri ebe na na ya chọpụta area isi agụ adị egbu mmadụ anụrụ m na ndị isi agụ na-egburu mmadụ n'isi agụ ka my first time anyị adụ violent mana ebe o si otu adụ anyị ya achọ isi anyị enye aka chọọ isi mmalụ the root of it onye wa assurance na-enye ndị akwụezi na ndị gọọmenti.
When contacted, the police public relations officer, Mr. Haruna Mohammed, confirmed the incident and revealed that investigation is in top gear to arrest the perpetrators of the unlawful acts, as the state has zero tolerance for crime and criminality. From Isiago, in Oka South Local Government Area, Chibuzo Bidike, ABS News.
The 6th Anambra State House of Assembly has been commended for passing a bill banning marriages involving people living with incompatible genotypes, and the bill that seeks the reduction in the expenses of organizing funeral and burial rites in the state. The Bishop on the Niger, Right Reverend Dr. Owen Nwokolo, who made the commendation during his presidential address at the first session of the 31st Synod of the Diocese with the theme, Stand Firm in the Faith at the Ascension Anglican Church, Isiafo, noted that the diocese has been on the vanguard of championing the cause, and these laws have added vigor and teeth to their operations. Ogochukwu Orano has the reports.
The bishop also lauded Governor Willie Obiano for ably controlling crime rates in the state and urged him not to relent in his efforts to keep the state secured. He called on Christians to be diligent and forthright in detecting and correcting of societal errors.
And should be alert over the wiles of Satan, temptation, and false teachers. To achieve these, they are called to stand firm in the faith, which implies to strengthen themselves in their spiritual position and to hold their ground firmly against the enemy. The point in question is undoubtedly faith in the atonement by the cross of Christ and faith in the resurrection with all its moral consequences.
On the state of the nation, Bishop Nwokolo, while commending the Buhari administration for the second Niger Bridge, which he described as a landmark project in the history of his administration, urged him not to allow petty politics make him to abandon the project of that magnitude halfway. He equally called on the federal government to give attention to Southeast's deplorable federal roads. He advised Nigeria's judges to be in firm control of their courts for lasting democracy and urged the 9th National Assembly to begin the processes of restructuring the country. The event was well attended by personalities from across Nigeria, government officials, and the clergy. From Ascension Anglican Church, Isiafo, Ogochukwu Orano for ABS News.
A group of students of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, COOU, Ibariam campus, led by a final year law student, Comrade Obinna Ekwenze, has added their voice to the endless call for a healthy environment by planting over 30 trees at the convocation ground of the university. The convener, Mr. Ekwenze, says they are doing their bit to promote a greater cause for a better environment in line with the United Nations crusade for a better climate and to ameliorate the sufferings of the students of the institution who usually find no shades in the tree-scanty university environment. Correspondent Daniel Ezigwe was at the university to monitor the exercise and takes the story from here.
More than a week after the world celebrated the International Environmental Day, and with the 3 million tree planting mandate by Governor Willie Obiano, Mr. Ekwenze said the trees will also serve timeless environmental and safety significance and give the surrounding a more colorful look. As they walked about 2 kilometers from the university's Faculty of Law to the field where the trees will be planted, holding up banners and placards to illuminate their point to safeguard the environment, their voices remained as resolute as their was on the placards. The organizer of the exercise, Mr. Ekwenze, Ekwenze noted that the governor's target of 3 million trees is a solid prospect that demands the input of every Anambra. He said it was imperative to meet the demands of environmental protection, of which planting of trees and regular sanitation are part of, and pledged that they would keep drumming calls for actions that place human and environmental needs first.
Up with this initiative to get students to be interested in their environment, and we noticed that our university is bare and we need to plant more trees to serve as shade for the students.
Other students who were part of the exercise said there was a need for more trees in the school's vicinity, which would be of great benefit to the bare environment and to the students who could catch shades under them when the sun heats up. From Ibariam campus of the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Daniel Ezigwe, ABS News.
Still to come, 2 Air Force officers who broke into EFCC boss's farmhouse dismissed from service. Roadside bomb kills 11 Kenyan police officers. The news returns in just a moment.
ABS, Heartbeats of the East.
Glad to have you back on the news. 2 officers of the Nigerian Air Force have been dismissed for their alleged involvement in the murder of a police sergeant securing a farmhouse owned by the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ibrahim Magu. The officers, Awa Theophilus and Sunday Paul, were disengaged from the service and handed over to the police after facing disciplinary actions. The duo and 3 others, Francis Ochife, Inalewu Umimba and Vincent Michael, who is also a dismissed Air Force officer, had invaded Magu's farmhouse in Abuja to find a huge sum of money reportedly buried in a septic tank within the facility. During the invasion, the gang allegedly killed a police sergeant, Haruna Saki, who was guarding the farmhouse. One of the dismissed Air Force officers, Theophanus, said he did not know that the farmhouse belonged to Magu before they carried out the raid. The 27-year-old father of 2 said sometime in November 2017, Omipa met with him at a bar and told him that some stolen money was kept in the farmhouse. Days after the June 12 new date of the Democracy Day was celebrated, reactions have continued to throw the declaration, with many describing the day as a welcome development. Correspondent Emengini Osadebe felt the pulse of the people in Onitsha and filed in this report.
Speaking to the ABS in an interview, legal practitioner Barrister Lucky Obaha described June 12 as a remarkable day in the country, commending the president for recognizing the day and the efforts of some Nigerians who sacrificed their lives to ensure that democracy take its effect in the country.
If the people in government, especially the executive, they are ready to respect the rule of law, they are ready to play their roles as the executive, definitely with dedication and commitment and a continuous struggle for it, we will get it there.
On his part, an Onitsha-based businessman, Chief James Asiebu, who maintained that the aim for observing the day is worthwhile, regretted that the heart desire of the political matter, the late Chief Moshood Abiola, concerning the poor masses, is yet to be actualized, adding that so many Nigerians are hungry and unemployed.
The aim of Abiola is still not, we have not achieved it. If we want to celebrate what Abiola died for, we are going to celebrate what he has in mind for Nigerians, for the commoners, to make me and you, to make Nigeria prosperous.
In the separate interviews, a legal estate broker, Mr. Chiedozie Ume, and a businessman, Pastor Mark Atabi, commended President Buhari for having the political will to declare the day, which his predecessors could not do, adding that the advent of June 12, 1993, ushered in the democratic government the country is enjoying since 1999 till date. The duo decried security challenges confronting the country and called on the federal government to address the issue by placing capable hands in the security apparatus of the country to check the spread of killing and kidnapping in society.
I urge the government to do more than creating a day for democracy day. They should do more for the family. concerning the democracy day is a welcome development. The advent of June 12, 1993 was what ushered in the democratic government in 1999.
A roadside bomb hit a vehicle patrolling near Kenya's border with Somalia yesterday, killing several of the 11 police officers on board. Police spokesman made this revelation. Charles Owino told journalists that he was still awaiting exact casualty figures. No one immediately claimed responsibility for the attack, but Somali Islamist insurgents carry out frequent attacks on Kenyan security forces. Somali al-Shabaab insurgents claimed responsibility for kidnapping 3 Kenyan police reservists from Wajir in northeast Kenya, near the Somali border. Kenyan military forces have occupied part of southern Somalia along the two countries' shared border since 2011. The Kenyans, along with allied Somali militia, wrestled back control of the territory from al-Shabaab after a spate of kidnappings on Kenyan soil. Leganes have tabled a fresh bid of 4.8 million euros to sign Super Eagles defender Kenneth Omeru. The 25-year-old defender is also on the radar of Villarreal and Getafe, according to the reports. Omeru spent the 2018/2019 season on loan at Leganes, featuring in 28 La Liga matches over the course of the season. The loan move was Omeru's 5th since he joined Chelsea in 2012. Omeru joined Chelsea from Standard Liège in 2012 and was shipped out on loan to ADO Den Haag, Middlesbrough, Kasimpasa twice, and Al Alanspor. The former national under-17 and under-20 player, capped 44 times by Nigeria, is currently training with the Eagles in Ismailia for the Africa Cup of Nations in Egypt, which kicks off on Friday. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS in many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV online, and follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And just before we go, a quick reminder of our top stories. Traditional rulers of old eastern Nigeria have met, seeking an end to activities of herdsmen in the region. Anglican Bishop Nwokolo has asked the 9th National Assembly to initiate processes for the restructuring of the country. 2 Air Force officers who broke into EFCC boss's farmhouse have been dismissed from service. And finally, from the foreign decks, roadside bomb has killed 11 Kenyan police officers. And that's the end of the Breakfast News, that's edited by David Obokwasili. My name is Priska Wanko. Many thanks for watching. Good morning.